What's going on, guys? Chandler's Legacy Farm here. Today we're going to be talking about a Kershaw fillet knife. But first, before we get to that, before we get to this, I did find one of these cut mats that has got all the inches and everything on it. So it helps me out to be able to lay the knife down, tell you guys the measurements. Found this at a thrift store. It's a Fisker's. It's a Fisker's brand mat. And the original price on this thing was like 15 bucks. And I found it at a thrift store for like, I think I paid $1.50, guys. So you never know what you're going to find when you go into those thrift stores, flea markets, whatever you call them, you know. But this is what we're looking at today. I just had to tell you guys about my amazing buy on a little mat that I can use here on the channel. So let's get into this. This is a little something different. This is something that I use a lot of, but I don't ever talk about. Fillet knives. So I fish a lot, you know, and I'm always cleaning crappie and white bass. That's what I fish for the most, right? And with a crappie or a white bass, they're kind of a fat fish, you know, they're wide. So I like a longer blade on my fillet knives. This blade here, this is you can't buy these anymore. This is an old Rada, and they called this one the Sportsman. It's an old Rada knife, and Rada, however you want to pronounce it. And the blade length on this thing is 5.25 inches. Well, 5 inches of cutting edge. So there's your Rada knife, all right, from Rada Cutlery. These are great knives. I don't know why they quit making them, but you can't find them anymore. The secret in my opinion, guys, a lot of people are going to these really big fillet knives that are really wide and they kind of have a thicker blade. I want something that's going to flex, okay? When I'm cleaning a fish, I want something that will flex. And I don't like a knife this short. I like about an 8 or 9 inch fillet knife because if you catch a great big white bass or a big crappie, they'll be almost as wide as what this blade is long. So when you're trying to fillet that off, you don't have as much blade to finesse the fillet off, okay? I've done a couple of shorts on filleting fish and stuff like that, but so I have this one. This one just stays in the door of my truck basically as a spare in case I need a fillet knife for something, right? And then this is the one that stays in my crappie box. This is the actual fillet knife from Rada that is more of a full-sized fillet knife. This one has it has got a 7-inch blade on it. So basically 7, 8, 9 inch blades is what I prefer. I don't like a shorter blade. So this one is 7 inches, just a touch over. So this one is the one that I use the most for crappie fishing, okay? Then I have got a Case XX fillet knife that I don't think they even make anymore. And right now it is in my tackle box down at my lake house property. So I can't even show you that one today. There's not a whole lot of use in showing it to you because I don't think they even make the knife anymore. I just purchased it a couple of years ago. And when it came in butter knife dull. It was so dull. I had to really work on it to get it sharp where I could actually clean a fish with it. I hate to say that about a Case XX knife, but that fillet knife, that 9-inch fillet knife, I think it's a 9-inch. Anyway, it came dull. These little things here, they're sharp. They don't stay sharp forever, but they definitely work well. This is what I've cleaned no telling how many fish with. And I just love these little Rada knives. So if you can find one of these, like I said, they don't make them anymore. So if you can find one of these, I think they'd be well worth your purchase. I really think they would. I really like them, especially this longer 7-inch one. So I was wanting to put whenever I'm fishing, I'm either crappie fishing or I am white bass fishing. So I wanted a larger fillet knife for whenever I'm white bass fishing because in white bass, they can be fat, you know, and it takes a lot of blade to clean them. So I use a longer blade for the white bass than what I do for the crappie, but yet I still like a longer blade. So I was digging around on Amazon, looking at different things. I came up with this Kershaw. Now we'll get into the meat and potatoes of the video. This Kershaw 9-inch fillet knife for like 17 bucks or $16. I don't know. It'll be in the Amazon affiliate links down below. But I came up with this thing, and I've already pulled it out of the package. It is, let's see if I can read this. It has a 9-inch blade, 3.8 ounces, so it's very lightweight. 9-inch blade. The steel is in 420 J2 with a satin finish. It has a polymer / rubber sheath, or it has a molded sheath with a copolymer handle. That's what it says here. It does have a limited lifetime warranty. Visit Kershaw.com for warranty information. But there's what you guys are looking at there. You guys want to check out that a little bit. But this is what we got. I've already opened it. 9-inch fillet knife. It's got a nice swoop to it. Very nice knife. Now, like I said, this one is very similar to the case knife that I have as far as blade length goes. The blade shape on the case is a little different than what this is, but I think it's going to work great. And it definitely does have 9 inches, right at 9 inches of actual cutting edge. This does have some nice lime green accents on it. Very comfortable, soft, squishy, almost squishy feeling rubber handle. Very nice, really, for 16 bucks. And I don't like to spend a bunch of money on a fillet knife, because a fillet knife is going to be in a boat. You're going to be cleaning fish at the edge of a dock. These things get lost and knocked off in the water a lot, okay? I've lost this one a couple of times in the water and gotten lucky and found it. I have got a fishing magnet that's about this big around. And 2 times I've lost this blade into the water, and I have found it with that fishing magnet on a rope. So, fishing magnet can also help you retrieve your fillet knives also. But anyway, we'll pull the sheath out. It just has just a cheap plastic polymer sheath. If I can get it out of here. It does have like a plastic style loop on a rivet there that's held on there, and does fit in there. There's a little detent right there that you guys can see in there and it does kind of have a push off point here that's kind of sharp, but I mean, it's not bad, guys. You're not going to carry this on your side anyway. This is going to go in your fishing bag. I mean, that's what I do with mine. Mine stays in my tackle box, right? But pretty nice little package. Pretty nice. It says Kershaw on it. It does have a hole in the end of the sheath, so therefore it can drain. These are sort of have a hole in the bottom of the sheath. Sort of. So, I mean, it does, but it's not really a drainage hole. But this one actually does have a drainage hole in it. I have other cheap knockoff, no name. I've even bought some really cheap. They were on sale. Rapala fillet knives that are the short ones like this, and I just don't like them. I just don't like a short knife for actually cleaning crappie and white bass. I like something that has some length to it. And I don't like a blade that's really tall and wide like this, because then it seems like it doesn't have the flex. Look at the flex that this thing has. See there? It has flex, and I don't think it'll bend, and if it does bend, it's a fillet knife. Big deal, right? As long as it doesn't kink in half. So anyway, for 16 bucks, good fillet knife. All right, I don't even really know how sharp all this stuff is. I've used this to clean some fish not real long ago. It may be dull, but you know, you got to have a pretty sharp knife. This one came very sharp. It came sharp. This one you're not gonna have to work on at all. I mean, this one here came screaming sharp, for sure, sharp enough to fillet, you know, crappie, bass. Like I said, this one here, it's a little rough, but I don't know when I've sharpened it last, and I have cleaned some fish with it. So yeah, it's a little dull. This one here, it cleaned some fish, and I don't know if it's been resharpened since it cleaned fish, but it has not cleaned near as many fish as what this one has. This one, I really need to work on it, actually. It's kind of dull. Yeah, it's definitely dull. It needs some work. The last time I cleaned fish with it, I could feel that it was needing work. It was needing a good stropping or something. But anyway, guys, that's what we got. We'll get rid of that 9-inch fillet knife from Kershaw. Like I said, they're just, I like to have something that's pretty decent, but I don't want to spend a fortune on it because it's something you could lose. There's other big name fillet knives out there, and I just don't want to spend $30 or $40 on a fillet knife, or even more, or more than that. Just take a chance on losing it. You know what I mean? So these have always worked for me. Something similar to this has always worked. I mean, this Rada I've used for years. So stuff like this, it works, guys. It just works. Now, a lot of people uses those electric fillet knives. I use some of those. I had a battery powered one. I've had electric ones. You just hit the button and and you fillet your fish with it. Sure, they may be a little faster, but then by the time you dig it out, you get the blades put on, and then you got to clean the damn thing afterwards, And you always got to make sure you have a battery, or you got to have somewhere to plug it in. I prefer just to have a knife. I can pull it out of the damn sheath, do what I need to do, put it back, wipe the blade off with a rag, wipe it off on my pants leg. It doesn't matter. Wipe it off, throw it back in the sheath, throw it back in the boat, tackle box, fishing bag, whatever you do, throw it back in there, and it's ready to go for the next time. You got to sharpen them every once in a while, but these are the fillet knives are very, most of them are pretty thin blades, so it doesn't take much to put a good edge on a thin blade where it will clean a fish anyway. So very nice little excuse me, very nice product from Kershaw. And only, like I said, like $16, guys. So if you're a fisherman, don't get trapped into I got to buy the best fillet knife in the world, because I don't know. I've gotten by with stuff like this for a long time, guys, all my life. so I don't know. I think this will be just fine. I can't wait to clean some fish with it. So that's it, guys. Chandler's Legacy Farm. If you like what I'm doing, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we are out of here. See ya. Come on.